The federal mind vaccine is here. The psychotronic signals are emanating from the smart toaster to scramble your brainwaves and tax your every thought. But not all is lost, fellow rebels of the black flagged mindscape. For in episode 4 of season 3 of the Outlaw Crypto Podcast, we are joined by two deranged legends of the dissident frequency, Ron and Dave, the cryptic chaos duo behind the Canary in the Cage podcast, a beacon of anti-state radio broadcasting straight from the bowels of the agorist underworld. These aren't your average smooth-brained beltway libertarians sipping Austrian economic theory cocktails at think tank soirees. No! Ron and Dave are in the gutter trenches of freedom, smeared in black market grease and untraceable Monero transactions, wielding privacy tools and dirty jokes like Molotovs against the cathedral of control, while the mainstream media whores itself to corporate technocrats. And your average Liberty podcast folds under algorithmic sterilization. Ron and Dave are out here teaching you how to actually do agorism, not just talk, not just tweet, not just wave a Gadsden flag while buying groceries with Visa. They're showing you how to opt out of the surveillance fiat economy with your own two dirty, non-compliant hands. Need news? They've got it. Need actionable liberty? They live it. Need toilet humor and anti-tax advice? Oh, you'll get that too. While the NSA gobbles up your metadata like Halloween candy, Ron and Dave are laughing in the shadows, sipping bourbon, growing tomatoes, and bartering Monero for ammo, hash, and freedom. All while delivering the only Liberty broadcast brave enough to say what needs to be said, and filthy enough to make a boomer's pacemaker short circuit. This is post-political warfare, friends. This is dissident talk radio with tactical applications where the jokes are dirty, the tips are practical, and the state is a dying joke with a badge and a spreadsheet. So tune in to episode 4 and witness the agorist gospel, according to Ron and Dave, as they teach you to ghost the IRS like a libertarian ninja, build parallel economies with your middle finger up P in the digital punch bowl of the Panopticon, and laugh like a madman while you do it. With every episode of Canary in the Cage, these underground broadcasters of the apocalypse are pumping privacy tips, agorist tactics, DIY liberation hacks, and yes, deranged, unfiltered, anarcho-perverted humor through the Tor network like a sonic pipe bomb lobbed into the global surveillance grid. While other freedom podcasts grovel for ad dollars and choke on platform policies, Ron and Dave have gone full darknet. They are the first ever podcast to cast their signal through the encrypted catacombs of the onion-layered resistance where Spotify fears to tread and the IRS can't see your receipts. They are broadcasting liberty from the shadows where no blue checkmarks dare follow. So, light a candle, cover your camera, and fire up that hidden service, because episode 4 of season 3 is a direct download from the abyss. Ron and Dave are coming in loud, raw, uncensored, and totally untraceable. The Darknet has a voice now, and it sounds like a laughing, swearing libertarian doom prophet with a Monero button and a garden full of illegal chickens. Welcome to the cage. The air is thin, the truth is thick, and the state is trembling.
Welcome back to another episode of the Outlaw Crypto Podcast. This is a podcasting 2.0 podcast, which means that you can donate through the Fountain app, streaming or boosting sats, and you can also donate through XMR chat. I am here today with the Canary in the Cage podcast bros. I'm an hour late. They have been kind enough to wait around for my happy ass, and I'm here now. So, hey guys, how are you?
What's up? Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, no, we're glad to be here.
Like, I have so many questions, guys, because like you guys are like political commentators and shit, and I think politics are making gay, but like your whole show is that shit. But like, how did you guys become Monero bros? You don't seem like the typical Monero bros. How did you have your podcast on the dark web?
That's my part. We can tell you the story of the podcast if you want. So we are both libertarians.
Me too.
To the meetup here in Las Vegas, and me and Ron would always get back into it with each other, you know, back and forth about whatever goofy topic. because we disagree on a lot of things. And
yes, we do.
About a year ago, we were talking. The whole group was talking. We should get a libertarian podcast going.
Yeah.
And people were trying to throw around like, what should the topics be, or what should the angle be? Because there's a million libertarian podcasts out there, right?
Yes.
So I had also been trying to get them to do like a lecture series, just teaching about crypto, teaching about Monero, teaching anything really. And it kind of just popped in my head. Well, why don't we do that, but also combine it with me and Ron screaming at each other? Because people love that shit. I mean, like, there's always some people that don't.
No, it's highly entertaining. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I would see. I guess Dave, you're the crypto anarchist, and Ron is more like minarchist, I guess.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm just a basic libertarian. I don't really get into the sub parties. I believe in freedom of speech, personal responsibility, and limited government. I'm not an anarchist by any means. But
yeah,
just so
it seems like your boy is more extreme than you. Like in his view.
Well, he's part of the Nevada Libertarian Party, and they do not acknowledge us. They would not let us on their website. Yeah, well, the one guy, I won't mention his name, but he's like, well, if I don't like what you say, I'll just take it off. And I'm like, well, fuck you then, because we're libertarians. We're going to say what we want.
Yeah.
So the Libertarian Party is not necessarily backing us. And I know Dave's more friendly with him. I've kind of left the group because of the banning of free speech within the group. So yeah.
Dave, how could you support a group that bans free speech like that for your boy here?
I mean, it's the private, it's their whole private property thing where, like, I get what they're saying in the respect that, I say the word retard a lot, and we talk about vaccines, which can get us in trouble with, and the Libertarian Party is like a special tax exempt organization, so they have to play stupid rules to keep that status, and I just go there to hang out, right? I did run for Congress, which was fun. I mean, I didn't really campaign, but it's just a hangout, really.
We need politicians like you and Doug. Like, you guys need to keep running for Congress, even if you don't succeed.
Yeah, well,
Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Funny thing is, the current Congresswoman here in my district, who I ran against, blocked me on X. So I have an active lawsuit against her for doing that.
Nice.
Yes, he does.
And I was hoping that some of the local news outlets would pick up on that, and like nothing. They just don't give a shit. It's one big machine here where everybody is fucking everybody and human centipeding each other, and like it's such a fucking joke, man. Like I couldn't even get a lawyer to talk to me. I had to do it pro se.
That's wild, bro. Like you couldn't even get legal representation and shit.
Yeah.
So are you guys both based in Vegas or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. How's Sin City treating you?
Oh, I love it.
Love it. We're both from Chicago too. And there's a lot of Chicago.
Really?
Yeah. It's a big Exodus place.
You guys are like, fuck that winter.
It used to be a great city.
To live in the desert.
Well, you tolerate the winters to put up with the summers. The summers in Chicago were the best.
Okay. I've only been to Chicago one time, and I went in the summer.
I'm sorry.
And they were doing that jazz shit by the river or the lake or whatever the fuck that is. Yeah. So I went to that shit, and it was pretty cool. Like I actually like Chicago. Like when I went
now the thing is now they do protests and Tesla bombings and statue destruction, and like it's a whole different fucking city now.
Yeah. The current mayor was a anti-cop mayor. And someone did
Is that gremlin looking bitch, like the lesbian?
No,
chick?
she's
out
now. Gone.
Okay.
I forget the guy's name now, but
Brandon Johnson, I think is it?
Yeah, he got elected because the bad neighborhoods voted for him the most.
Wow.
Someone actually broke it down, and they're like, "Well, the criminals elected this guy because he's anti-cop."
Yeah, hell yeah, right on. That's funny that the drug dealers of Chicago went out to vote and shit.
Yeah, they all registered to vote. They had a big. As they're dealing on their corners, it's like you get a free dime bag if you register to vote.
Yeah. So I guess back to my original question, how did you guys, libertarians, political commentators, arrive to Monero?
Again, that's
yeah. So I remember I've been in tech my whole life. Like it's literally my 5th birthday present was a Tandy TRS-80. So I've been programming my whole life.
Okay.
And I've been following cryptography and cryptography. Sorry. All sorts of shit like that. And I remember when Bitcoin came out, and I was a little skeptical. I'm like, well, I mean, it doesn't really look private, and like if I try to mine it on my home computer, I ain't gonna get shit. And there's all these like centralized pools where I can't meet the minimum and I never get a fucking payout. Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And a couple of years went by, and then Monero came out, and I kept up with the news, and I'm like, oh, this sounds actually pretty interesting. But it still had that same problem, right? Like, I couldn't just mine it. I had to go buy it with dollars. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking, like, the whole point is this is money, so I should be able to go dig it out of the ground like I could with gold, right?
Yeah.
So I waited on it for a few years, and then I saw that they changed the random X, and then P2 pool came out, and I'm like, okay, now I can actually get in this shit, right? I don't need anyone's permission.
Yeah.
So I started mining at home, and it's the best crypto out there. It's just not even close.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% in agreement. Like, the reason I like saw you guys on my social media feed was because your Monero posting. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know about you guys like other than that. And then like about a month or two ago, I started listening to your podcast. So I've been listening
Okay,
to
cool,
your like
cool,
latest
thanks.
episodes and shit. And I think
Yeah.
you guys are highly entertaining. Like, you guys are
Oh,
fucking
thanks.
funny. Yeah.
Well, that's why we teamed up together, because
Yeah.
I mean, we hang out together, but we don't really know each other that well, and we do disagree on almost everything.
You don't really
But
know each other that well.
Well, we've been. I've known you one day for like 2 years,
Yeah.
but it's only been at the libertarian meetups. Like, we don't hang
But
out
you guys are
outside.
not like old school homies that grew up together.
No,
No.
no,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we met through the
Wow.
Libertarian Party.
yeah,
Wow. Okay.
because we argued all the time.
Damn. And you guys were like, fuck it, let's record it.
Well, I wanted to start a podcast to promote the Libertarian Party, and I thought we could interview other candidates that were running for office here. Well, that got shut down real quick when one of the members doesn't like me. Oh, does he like you, Dave?
Yeah, I still talk to him.
So you're
Well, that's your
blacklisted.
problem.
Ron, you're blacklisted, but Dave is like still chilling with like the people that blacklisted you, is what's
I
happening.
blacklisted myself.
Yeah, it's not blacklisted. They don't.
It's not official. Something happened. I didn't like what went down, and I just chose that it's best that I just part ways with them.
What
Because they're all
happened?
anarchists.
What happened then that made you take that decision?
Another free speech ban on one of the other members.
Okay.
They were trying to tell him how to act and what to say, and that he can't be himself. And I'm like, we're libertarians. That's all we are. It's all we got is ourselves. So it didn't go over too well, but whatever. I mean, it's cool. I could still show up, but I just choose not to.
Okay.
And apparently they're in Nevada. The Mises Caucus kicked us out, Dave. Is that what it is now?
Yeah, so I don't know if you know that whole drama. Like you said, you don't really get into politics.
Yeah,
but the
yeah. I'm
Libertarian-
like, I think it's all fake and gay, bro. Like, I think they're all child
Yeah.
molesters that have been blackmailed by Israel. Like, that's
So well,
what-
the Libertarian
We're
Party
on the
was,
same page, brother.
yeah.
it was founded in the 70s by anarchists like Murray Rothbard and some ex-Ayn Rand people. And
Yeah, I read
just-
Atlas Shrugged. Like,
Yeah.
I've read a little bit of Mises and,
Yeah.
and a couple.
and
Murray
they chugged
Rothbard
along.
books.
I mean, they were a new party. They chugged along. They ran Ron Paul in 1988. But they didn't get a whole lot of traction. And kind of what happened was these goofball leftist types who like, they're sort of free. Like they like they don't like gun bans. They don't like a lot of the things that Democrats do, but they had no home. So they just took over the Libertarian Party in like the late 90s or early 2000s. And it just got really bad. Like they were cheering Black Lives Matter and all this fucking.
Well, that's a
leftist
Chase
stupid
Oliver
shit.
group, not us.
Yes, yeah, I'm going through the
Okay.
So the Mises Caucus were these people that said this is ridiculous. We have to go back to our roots, and they took the party over in the Reno convention in what was that 2022?
That was just here in Nevada, though. Not the whole. That was the city of Nevada.
No. The national convention was in Reno.
But you guys didn't take over the Mises Caucus. Didn't take over the entire Libertarian Party.
Yes, they did.
Then what happened in 24?
Well, that's the thing is like they're not going to go down without a fight, right? So we had the national convention last year where we retained the chair and like the internal party people as Mises Caucus, but the leftists kind of did some fucky shit and won the presidential candidate who was
Yeah,
Chase
do you
Oliver.
support this Chase Oliver guy, or are you guys?
No,
against him?
Well, if you listen to the podcast about in June and July, you'll realize that I am not a fan of Chase Oliver.
Okay,
at
I
all.
didn't learn about your podcast till like February, so
No, I
Yeah,
know.
no, he-
But what Dave doesn't understand is
Yeah.
Chase Oliver crew walked in with a plan and
Oh
they
my
took
God.
over the Libertarian Party. He denies it, but you know,
It was 2 teams of kids playing t-ball and one team.
I
won.
remember like before the election, he was running, and people were
Yeah.
like making fun of him and being like, "Bro, you're not
Yeah,
even a
so, like-
libertarian. Like, what the fuck?" Like,
He talks
Well,
about like this goofy, like normal libertarian shit, like, hey, don't have civil asset forfeiture and let's
like free markets and shit.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
but he wasn't
Okay.
he never talked about COVID other than to say wear your mask, get your
no,
vaccine.
he was vaxxed and fully boosted.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that shit is
he's just not in touch.
like if you're
with what's
vaxxed,
going
bro,
on.
like you're not credible. Like I don't.
Yeah,
know.
Right.
he's not in touch.
Yeah.
And he said after what was it? He got vaxxed and boosted, I think 3 times, and then he said he talked with his doctor,
Yeah.
and they decided any more boosters are not necessary. Well, he's not a libertarian just because he got vaxxed. Sorry, unless your work made you and you literally had to bend the knee and you willingly got the vax, you're done. You're not a libertarian. Fight it. Because I was actually starting to look for another job when Biden said any employer that has over 100 people has to have their employees vaxxed.
Really?
Myself and my son were looking for new jobs.
Damn, that's
Because
wild.
we were going to find jobs where we didn't have to get vaxxed.
I just ignored the email. I called my boss on my private phone, and I said, I'm not going to tell you whether or not I got it because it's none of your guys' business, and you go ahead and fire me if you want. I don't care.
So
Yeah.
Dave is a federal government employee.
Yeah,
I
I work
think
for
he
the-
works for the FBI. I think he's
Really?
an undercover agent.
This is our Fed
But
homie
he's-
right here.
I don't work for the
says
FBI.
he says he's not.
I work for the
but,
Department of Energy.
Department of Energy.
Yeah.
So what is you're sabotaging like fucking our energy?
No,
like,
it's
freedom,
just
or
a
what?
contract job. It's like, it's a science lab. Like I don't make weapons or any shit like that. I would never do that.
You're putting
like, the way I look at it,
regulations in to like stop normal people from getting off the grid.
I worked in the private sector for 15 years, and I paid at least $100,000 in taxes. So I'm just taking all that money back. Like fuck that, it's my money,
Nice.
and I'm not doing anything evil. So I sleep at night just fine.
That's cool.
But I get to make people on edge. Like, oh, I'm a Fed.
No, you're literally a Fed, like for real.
Yeah.
But like a cool Fed. Not
Well,
like,
I mean,
I don't know
whatever.
about cool yet. We're
Honestly,
still
like
out on that one.
the team I work with is one of the most based group of people. It's really fucking weird because I work again like in the private
were
sector.
you in
so
that
long.
signal group with like Hegseth? Like
No,
bombing
we
them
don't.
and
They don't.
shit?
They don't really do that. But like we don't
So wait,
do
I-
woke shit. We don't do any of that shit. Like everyone just puts their heads down and gets to work. It's great.
So I've got a question for the host. I'm sorry. What's your name? What do I call you?
You can call me Paranoia Machinery, which is my
Okay.
name as an anonymous person on.
Okay, yeah, I do. Yeah, that's fine. So if you were invited in that signal chat by mistake, would you stay in or get out of it?
Oh fuck yeah, I'd say in that shit.
Yeah, because that's the thing. A lot of these right-wing podcasters are criticizing the reporter for staying in. Now the reporter's a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. But,
I mean, journalists are subhuman scum. I agree with you,
Yeah,
but like,
but you don't
if
get
you
out of
were
that.
put into some shit like that,
Yeah.
would you leave the group, or
screenshot-
would you be staying and watching? Like,
I'd fucking invite everybody. I'd like open a channel to the dark web and fucking like, okay, you guys are streaming live, baby.
Yeah, I would totally stay in that. So I give that guy credit for doing that, but he is still a scumbag piece of shit. So
yeah, no, I agree with you, but at the same time, like, yeah, no, if I was in a group, if they accidentally added me to some shit where like some geopolitical shit was happening, I would stay in that motherfucker for real.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like, you guys are libertarians, right? I'm a
Pretty much,
crypto
yeah.
anarchist. Like, I think maybe I might be more extreme in my politics than you guys. Like, I think like the government can't be saved. Like, you guys think that we could create a party that can maybe like swing the pendulum to freedom, and you could like change the system from inside. Whereas I think it's all corrupt. They're all child molesting pedophiles.
I'm fully on board with the anarchy. The way I view the party is it's a tool, right?
Yeah.
And if we can use that tool to chip away at what we can, let's put some effort into that. Not all of our effort, because it's definitely not the tool to use to change things. But if we can use it somehow, let's use it. But yeah, I'm fully on board with the crypto anarchy, right? Like, get them out of our lives. Let's just start using our own crypto Monero markets. Just sidestep what they're doing because they can't stop us.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the camp. I don't know if the government can be saved right now. So I agree with that. But I think we need to do something to change it so it can be, so we can either change it or rebuild it. Unfortunately, the Libertarian Party, I don't think will be invited to that party. So yeah, it's tough because I'm actually getting more bitter and bitter about government because Trump's. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not going to deny that.
Okay.
But
I
I'm
am
not.
I am not.
Yeah, I'm not
I
necessarily
think he was
happy.
better than Kamala, but I'm still not his supporter.
Well, he was definitely the best of two evils,
Yeah.
but I think he might do some good change. My problem is he doesn't do good follow up. He's made some promises that sounded real good, but they're not coming to fruition. I mean, look at Southern California right now. He made some promises there, and they're still not rebuilding houses there. There's lots there that still aren't cleared out. And
Dude,
he
that
said,
shit with
no,
Ross, the guy that made
yeah,
the Silk Road, like
Yeah.
they were like day one, we're freeing him, and then like Twitter just went wild and started trolling like the American administration, and they had to like free him, right? Like
yeah.
it was like a thing where they were just like saying some bullshit to get elected, and then they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh fuck, we got to deliver on this because the
Yeah,
people."
I did not vote for him.
Yeah.
I almost changed my mind the last second because like he came out at the end saying, "Hey, we're gonna build Doge and we're gonna invite Elon and
Yeah.
Ron Paul," and I'm like, "Oh man, I might have to vote for this fucking guy." But I didn't. And the
Yeah,
only reason I showed up at all was to vote for myself. Like I don't normally go at all.
So I voted for him just basically because I thought that he was definitely better than Camellia. I thought there might be a chance that because he's pissed off, we might see pissed off Trump, and I kind of wanted to see that, and we kind of are. Don't get me wrong, but I think his cabinet members are weak. Pam Bondi needs to resign immediately, or
Oh
push
yeah,
out the
fuck yeah,
Epstein
she
list.
does. And
She promised
Patel,
the Epstein
they
list.
both
It's
are
not here.
covering up the fucking pedophiles, bro. Like,
Right.
but like,
And
I think Trump is on that list, which is why we'll never see it.
I don't know if I believe that only because the only picture of him and Epstein was from like the 90s, like when Trump had like he wasn't as orange and his hair wasn't as big, and he kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago back in the 90s because he said he thought he was creepy. So if that's a true story, then I don't think he is. But I don't know why he would want to push that list out if he's on it, although he could use the whiteout.
I mean, he's on the fucking flight list, right?
Oh, is
He's
he?
on the flight logs, yeah.
Yeah, he's on the flight
But-
log. So like,
But
I
he
don't.
never went to the island. He went to he borrowed Epstein's plane to go to some airport.
He was just
He's-
flying around on the Lolita Express, like.
Maybe
Yeah, I mean,
he was.
rich people do that shit. They're like, "Oh yeah, take mine."
Yeah,
But
I guess.
fueled
I
up.
mean, yeah.
The thing we're forgetting about and the thing we're all focused on is the Epstein list. That would be great to come out. But what about the videos?
That's
This
what I'm
dude,
saying. They had like
he had
gigabytes and
videos.
gigabytes of videos, bro. Like
Get it out. Let the
of
videos
all
out.
these politicians like raping children, bro.
But I do believe there is a Supreme Court justice on that list.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. That like
Yeah,
they're
I don't wanna
like
say his
Hollywood
name.
actors, like a shitload of politicians, royal family members. Like it's not even just the U.S., bro. It's like
Yeah.
all the fucking Europe,
the
like
world.
all the leaders of Europe and like fucking Australia, New Zealand.
It's Israel that's the real problem, and here comes the bans off of YouTube and everything. But
I'm self-hosted, bro. We can say whatever we want.
yeah, we are too. So we dare YouTube to ban us, and they fucking won't for some reason. I don't get it, but
It's because when they
Yeah,
realize they don't have you by the balls, like they're
yeah.
like, fuck it.
Well,
we
yeah, I,
have
know,
more
I
to
noticed you're
lose.
using Castapod. We use that too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Open source software for the
Yep.
win. Yeah. That's awesome. So yeah, like Israel, I think is fucked up because like obviously Epstein was like a Mossad agent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And,
that's
like,
pretty clear right now.
I'm not like on this whole Jew hate thing, like right?
Right.
But at the same time, bro, like motherfucker was working for the Israeli government, blackmailing all our politicians, like in the whole West.
Yeah.
Like, all the
No,
Five
yeah,
Eyes countries are compromised and shit.
Some of the best libertarians were Jewish. I mean, Murray Rothbard, Ayn Rand,
Yeah.
Walter Block, although he's fucking kind of gone off the rails lately.
No, he's gone like full Zionist lately.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I don't
And
like.
I respected Walter Block, bro.
Right,
that was
right.
very disappointing to see that motherfucker do that shit.
Yeah, But yeah, Israel. When people say, "Oh, you're being anti-Semite," no, like Israel is not Judaism. There's tons of fucking Jews out there that hate Israel, and you
Yeah.
never hear them because the
I
media
have
won't cover
friends
that.
that are Jewish that hate
Yeah.
Israel. They're like anti-Zionist Jews.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's like the minority or whatever, but
Yep.
they exist.
Yeah, about I think it's 20 or 25 years ago, the CIA found out that Mossad agents that were being interviewed in the buildings of the CIA were leaving bugs. And I believe it happened to the FBI as well. So they made a rule that if we talk to any Mossad agents, it has to be outside.
Yeah, I believe that. Like, what do you think
Well,
about this Kennedy shit? Like, Israel was
I'm
implicated in the Kennedy paperwork.
Oh no, I truly
Yeah.
believe. Well, because Israel wanted nukes back then, and Kennedy said no.
Yeah, it was like
I guess they
Demona
caught
or
up
some
to
shit,
him.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
like
yeah,
Kennedy was like against that shit. And
well,
then not only that, bro, like he was trying to get us off of the Federal Reserve System, which like Israel having nukes is one thing. I don't think they cared about that much. I think it was more like they were about to get the whole fucking US economic powerhouse off the usury system that is controlled by like the Warburgs and the Rothschilds and the shit, which are Jewish families.
yep.
You know, like not all Jews are fucking like usury bankers, but some Jews are usury bankers and they control everything. Like,
Well, there's a book coming out, and I can't remember the guy's name. I can look up if necessary. But he was on the SS Liberty.
okay,
When it was, and the story that he was telling when he was being interviewed basically said the planes that were bombing them had no markings on them. And then they were calling for help, and 2 other American ships were responding, and the ships were told to stand down, kind of like Benghazi. What
there was
happened in
like a thing
Benghazi.
where the Israeli like fighter pilot that was like bombing the Liberty was like, "Yo, it's an American ship.
Yeah,
Are you sure you want me to do this?" And they were like, "Yeah, motherfucker, like shoot it anyways." Like,
but they did
yeah,
not sink that ship. That ship survived its path home.
yeah.
Because it was a tough ship. But the story this guy was telling was horrific. About the people dying and the bombing. It wouldn't
Yeah,
stop. It
they
didn't help us
evacuated
come.
the ship into like the dinghies, and then they shot the dinghies and shit.
Yeah, so that's gonna be. I'm actually waiting for that book to actually come out. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting read. But yeah, I've never been anti-Israel until I started this podcast and started doing. Well, I started doing deep dives. I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart, and I truly am.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I don't get into like the 9/11 stuff because it's too soon, and I know people that knew people that died. I don't want to go off on my rants. But I also don't believe we landed on the moon.
But what do you think? I don't believe we landed on the moon either, bro.
All
But
right.
yeah, like that shit is fake and gay. But what I'm saying, did you see the recent shit? Like they put some fucking like CGI fucking videos about some space shit that they were doing. Like recently, like in the last like 2 or 3 weeks. Like it's the most fake and bullshit looking fucking CGI I've ever seen in my life. Like it looks
Well, I
like a
will
fucking
say this:
like a
there's a
Pixar movie and shit.
there's a picture. I saw it on X, and it compared the Mars, a photo taken from the Mars rover, and it had a picture of like a mountain and a mountain. The same picture was taken in Utah. It looked exactly the same.
Yeah, no, I
That's just
I
fake,
believe
dude.
that shit. I believe that
Yeah.
shit. Like, I mean, I'm not like a flat earther, right? But like the flat earther people make some compelling arguments. Like if you're willing to listen to them, like you know what I
But
mean? Like a lot of people will just shut down and not listen to their arguments. But like if you listen to what the fuck they're saying, it's kind of compelling. You're just like, oh, really?
so
Let me check that out for myself.
I've done open mic comedy a lot, and I lived in Seattle for 2 years, and I was doing a flat earthers joke. And basically, the end of the joke was if the Earth was flat, Al Gore would be out there saying that the ice walls are shrinking and cracking, trying to scare us to send in more money. That was kind of the punchline. People got mad at me. Physically, like you can't tell that. You can't make fun of Al Gore. And I'm like, first, it's 2018. We haven't seen that hairy bastard in 10 years, but he's a scam artist. But they're like his guy. It was like he was the god to them. As soon as I made fun of Al Gore, I lost the crowd. It was hysterical to watch.
Are you the type of comedian that takes pleasure in bombing?
I don't know if I take pleasure in it or if it just happens.
Yeah.
No, I do. I enjoy doing it. But the thing is, I push the envelope with my jokes because that's all I know. but I'm also not necessarily a good comedian because I'm still learning. So people are like, oh, you got to read the room and change your jokes. What am I going to do if I'm killing? If I'm dying on stage, I'm going to change up to other jokes. Like, it's not going to happen. I'm going to keep my bit. I'm going to work my set, and it might. Well, another joke that got me in trouble.
Have you seen this guy perform, David?
No.
I've only done it a few times in Vegas because Vegas is actually I should do it more, but the podcast kind of
you're in a good spot for that shit, right? Like Vegas, is like,
because we can say anything here. But the podcast kind of scratches my itch, so I don't need to do it because I work full time and open mics are at 10, 11, 12 a.m. But I did a joke about what being an alcoholic and wanting a service monkey. That pissed off people in Seattle as well. They're like, "You're racist." I go, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "You said monkey." I go, "You think black people are monkeys? You're
like, who's the racist motherfucker?"
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no,
that's a logical leap right there, right? Like I just said the word monkey, you're associating it with something. That's not me.
Yeah,
like you're doing that. Like
yeah, no, and honestly, black crowds were the best to work in front of because when they laugh, they fucking laugh. There's no giggling in a black crowd. You either get booed and shit thrown at you, or you get roaring laughter.
Right on.
So, yeah, I like working the black rooms.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I know nothing of comedy. I like comedy, right? Like Norm Macdonald is like my favorite comedian, but like
that's a shame that he died. Yeah, definitely.
But he's funny. Like
he is very funny.
Yeah, I don't know, but
but I always say a comic doesn't need to be necessarily funny. They have to connect with the audience, and once you make that connection, then they'll enjoy the show with you.
Yeah, I could see that being true for sure.
It's about bonding with the audience.
Yeah.
So that's how I always look at it.
So you guys have been doing the Canary in the Cage podcast for 2 years now.
But year and a month.
A year and a month.
Per year, yeah.
13
I
months.
just like last week, like on Sunday, celebrated my 1 year anniversary for this podcast.
Nice.
Oh, okay! Congratulations.
Yeah, likewise.
So we both needed more than Don Lemon.
Yeah. What's that?
We both outlasted Don Lemon.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck Don Lemon, dude.
Well, Don Lemon launched his podcast at the same time we launched ours.
Okay.
So but now we got to compete with Michelle and her brother.
Okay.
Michelle Obama and her brother.
No, didn't hers flop though? Like the first week.
They started like 3 weeks, like a month ago. Is it over already?
I don't know. Like they promoted it, and then like there was articles coming out about how shitty they did.
Go on image search and look for Michelle Obama and her brother.
Are they the same person?
They're like twins.
It's like him wearing a wig or what?
Yeah,
like
no. Well, that's what it
Michelle
looks like.
Obama's a dude, right? Like
so I don't know for sure, but
dude, have you seen that shit where she's like dancing on Ellen and her cock is swinging in her pants? Like, yeah, bro, women don't have that happen, bro. Like,
you know about Joan Rivers, right?
Yeah, she died after like coming out and saying that shit, right? Like she's like, we all know she's the first, like,
yeah.
So
yeah, she died in a routine surgery.
Yeah.
And Obama's chef died of swimming or wakeboarding in like 4 feet of water.
Yeah, 4 feet of water.
He drowned.
Have you guys seen this shit with Macron? The French guy?
Oh yeah.
His wife? Yeah.
It's like his dad and shit. Like
yeah, Laura, I think it was Laura. No, Candace Owens. I think that.
Yeah. Candace.
She like did a deep dive on that.
Yeah, she did like a multiple fucking episode podcast about that shit.
Yeah.
But yo, that shit is wild, bro. Like, there's a guy that I listen to named Mr. E, and he's been banned from every platform, but like he alleges that like all the Hollywood actresses are trannies and like all the like first ladies like are trannies, and that like it has to go back to like some Babylonian like ritual shit. And like this guy, like he makes a compelling case. Like it sounds like a wild conspiracy theory, but then like he like backs it up with receipts and like shit like that. But it's wild to me that he's been saying this shit for years and gets banned from every platform. And then we find out like Michelle Obama was a fucking dude. Like Macron's wife is a dude. Like
I'm pretty sure that's true.
Like there might be a thing at these like levels of power where you have to like enter this like transsexual like ritual in order to have power. Like, you know what I
Well, look
mean?
at the Diddy parties. They just stuck it in whatever they had, whatever hole was available.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Epstein, I'm sure is the same way. Like, these fuckers on this island were probably doing the same shit, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? Like, I mean, but this guy talks about how it's like some Babylonian ritual, like back in the day, like in the ancient world, like to become a king, you would have to like sodomize like a transvestite, like temple prostitute, right? Like in order to like get the transference of power and shit. So it's like, what if like this ancient world shit is just like still going on, like through the
Yeah.
secret societies and the Masons and all that kind of shit, and they're
So,
just like all like marrying trannies, bro. Like,
so there is a video out of Bernie Sanders,
yeah,
and he is saying that if you want to be a popular Congress member and get the press, you
yeah,
have to compromise yourself in front of the deep state, and they'll film it.
yeah.
And that way they control you on what
I
you
mean,
do
that's
and
what
say.
Diddy and Epstein is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
Congress
mean,
might be the same way.
that's what I'm
Well,
saying, bro.
during
Like,
COVID, those two guys were caught having sex in the house on the table.
Yeah.
So that big room where they all sit at, there was a table there. Two guys were having sex on that table
that's wild, bro.
during COVID.
Do you
They have a video
remember?
of it.
Do you remember during COVID, the Canadian government like was ushering like their citizens to go use glory holes, like so they wouldn't transmit
What?
disease?
I don't
Huh.
remember that.
No,
Wait.
no, this is like a real thing, bro. Like you can Google this shit. Like the Canadian government during COVID, like so you wouldn't like pass the disease, like they were ushering like their citizens to go to the glory holes.
What the fuck?
Wait. So like one person's the receiver and one's the giver?
Yeah,
you
but
can't
there's
pass
like the
that way?
wall and like the hole and like you know what I mean. So like then you
Oh,
could
okay. Yeah, no coughing.
yeah
Still get the money shot though at the end. So I don't know if it's is COVID income?
yeah I guess
I don't think
mean,
so.
But
I don't know,
this-
Dave. You swallow a lot. Do you ever get COVID from cum?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, at least you admitted it.
yeah, he didn't deny it. I will say that.
I know, you noticed that.
Oh my God. Canadian government encourages glory holes to stop spread of COVID.
Are you really seeing that shit? Like I'm not making it
Yeah.
up, bro. Like this is
Yeah.
real. Like
Yeah, this is like News Hub and all these news sites. What the fuck, dude?
bro, I'm telling you, like I'm not making shit up. Like this is
I honestly
real.
don't
Like,
know how I missed that. I'm actually mad at myself for not knowing that fact.
governmental glory holes are like a stretch. You know what
So
I
you
mean?
think
Like,
Trudeau was in one of the was he working with a glory hole?
I
course.
would say that Trudeau like works the glory holes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Trudeau, Castro's son or not?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
It looks like it. Oh,
It looked like it, and then not only that, he's like super communist. Like all the shit
Yeah,
he's
and
doing
his
in
mother
Canada
made a
is
lot of
all
trips
fucked up. Like
to
right?
Cuba.
Like, Canada
So-
used to be a free country, and now it's like a communist shithole.
Oh
We
yeah,
used
I
to be
used to
a
go
free
to Canada a lot. I used to love Canada. It
Yeah,
was great.
Canada was fucking amazing, right? And now it's
Everyone's
like,
so nice.
yeah. And then like now they're like fucking trampling people with horses, like senior citizens with horses, like the
Yeah.
Mounties and shit. Like,
Blocking Bitcoin transactions. if you
yeah,
know.
exactly. Arresting people. Like,
I can't believe that Monero didn't get a boost in popularity when that shit happened.
bro,
Because like,
that shit literally made me become a Monero person.
oh nice. Okay, so someone got.
I was like thinking like Bitcoin is made for this, and then when I saw that shit happen, and how the government was able to track the transactions and then
Yeah.
just seize the fucking money from the protesters and shit, I was just like, all right, I'm a Monero guy now. Like,
So with Monero, if it gets bigger, it starts getting more popular. Do you think the government will infect that like they did Bitcoin?
Well,
I mean, they
they're
might
in.
already be doing it.
But the thing is,
They
there's
might
not-
already
there's no
be
shit
doing
they
it.
can do, right? It's like gold, right? If gold is money, well, the government can take chunks of gold all they want, but it's still fair. Like you got to go dig it out of the ground.
No, but you know where the digital gold narrative came from, right? It's from Jeffrey Epstein.
Really?
Seriously, like Bitcoin being digital gold instead of peer-to-peer digital cash, that narrative was created by Epstein. Like seriously, like
Interesting.
Google that shit too. Like it's the truth. So like basically the whole like digital gold narrative to me is like fucked up. Like you need to use money.
Right. Right.
for it to be money.
Yeah, if
Like,
you're not using it, it's not money. It's just
exactly,
fucking there.
exactly. Like hoarding it and never using it is retarded, in my opinion. Like, if you cannot spend that shit,
Right.
then it's not money. And like the fungibility thing that Monero has, whereas Bitcoin
Right.
doesn't, is like you can't be money without fungibility, right?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, I try to preach this. But we just got banned on that.
like, somebody showed me that you got banned like today or
Yeah,
some
I
shit,
mean,
right?
it was definitely my fault. So we both use the accounts.
Yeah.
But Ron mostly retweets things that are interesting news, and I'm the reply guy, right? So I see some stupid shit, and then I say you're a fucking retard.
Yeah.
And lately I noticed that there'd be all these people that would just like spam up my fucking replies. Like I get into an argument with them, I make them look stupid, and then they just start spamming up my fucking replies. Well, I take this as a challenge, right? I'm gonna do that, but better than you.
Yeah.
And X doesn't like that, so they banned me.
Well,
Well,
that sucks, bro.
I use our X account for show prep. So I would put all my
Yeah, well,
videos on X.
Start
And
writing
we
your fucking notes
show
down.
on this TV, and Dave and his wonderful personality goes and gets his banned 3-4 times on X.
I don't know. Who cares?
Are you guys on other like decentralized social media platforms? I know there's Noster, there's Bastion, there's fucking
No,
Hive,
I hate social media. Like I only created this account to promote the podcast. I did look into Noster. There was one that's Monero related because most of them are Bitcoin Lightning, right?
Yeah, I'm
But
using Mostard, which is a Monero.
Okay. I was looking at NeroStir, but I couldn't get it to install on one of my little late potato boards. And I messaged the guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get into it when I have time," but I haven't heard back from him. Yeah, but I do want to try and set that
Are
up.
you using like a Raspberry Pi or like an Odroid or some shit?
It's a late potato, so it's similar to a Raspberry Pi. If you go into our older
So
episodes,
it's literally called a potato board. Like I thought you were just joking. Like
No,
it's
yeah.
like a
Yeah, dig into our
low
older
capacity
episodes, and I
computer
do a whole show on
potato.
it.
Like
It's like $36, so like
nice.
way fucking cheaper. I got a literal army of them in my house running services.
Can you cluster them and shit like you can do with the rest?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
So I noticed you're on Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, so are we. Are you keeping up with what's going on Rumble?
Well, like this is what I know about Rumble is that Tether like invested like $700 million and basically bought Rumble. And then now they're coming out with a Tether wallet for Rumble people, right? So eventually you're going to be able to get USDT for monetizing your Rumble. I'm on Rumble right now because I think YouTube is fucking horrible. Like I literally just started YouTube like 2 weeks ago. Like I resisted it for the whole year of my first year of my podcast because I didn't want to be on it. Yeah. But people were like, "You need to be on it," and I was like, "Fuck it." So I
views are views. Like I don't give a fuck. If you're gonna host my content, I'm gonna put it there.
Yeah. We want to go on YouTube to get banned. That was our goal.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck it, ban me, YouTube. Yeah. Like I'm on Rumble, I'm on Odyssey, I'm on fucking. I self-host my shit, like whatever. Like ban the fuck out of me. I'm still gonna survive.
Something's going on at Rumble. I'm not sure what it is yet, but there's a lot of people leaving Rumble.
And, why are they leaving? Like, are they censoring?
That one I don't. I have not confirmed that one yet. It might be.
I've heard they censor, but I've never been censored. Yeah, but I'm also not that controversial.
You have to have a contract with them. If you have a contract with them, and we don't. But if you have a contract with them,
I don't have a contract with anybody.
They have a lot more rules you have to follow. But the nice thing is X. If we can keep and stay on X, they're building a podcast platform.
Okay. With
message board and everything. So X is going to be, I think, the way to go because Rumble. I don't know. It's just been happening over the past couple days.
Are you fellas familiar with Adam Curry?
I've heard the name.
Adam Curry used to be a VJ, like on MTV, like back in the day. He did like Headbangers Ball or some shit, right? Like he was like a guy on MTV, but he invented podcasting, right?
Oh yeah, I saw him interview on the Tom Wood show.
Yeah, and now he has a thing called Podcasting 2.0 where he's using like Bitcoin to monetize, but like he started his own fucking podcast index, like to compete with the Apple monopoly on podcasting.
Oh, nice.
And like it's actually pretty fucking cool, bro. Like he's making it like to where podcasts are like decentralized. They like have like a whole bunch of technology behind it to where you can get like streams, Satoshis and shit. Like, I mean, Bitcoin is what it is. Like, I think it's captured, but you can earn in Bitcoin and then you can swap it to Monero, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah, it might, like, with Castopod has that shit built in. Since you guys are
Yeah.
using Castopod, you should look into it because, like,
We might already be there because I filled out all the subscription things on there, and we go out to everything. Like, we're on Spotify, Apple,
yeah,
Blueberry, all this shit I'd never heard of.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we did get a small donation from Monero Casino.
Oh,
They
you
did
want
like
XMR
$10.
chat?
Yes, we're on
They-
XMR chat too. Yeah.
All right, are you guys getting XMR chats?
Yeah, because we don't do a live show, it's not as great for us, but we do get everyone occasionally.
I don't do a live show either, and I just get like some donations. Like,
And well,
you
the
know,
thing is,
people are generous.
everything that is donated to us, we give it back out to
Yep.
listeners. So
See,
every
I
episode,
keep it. I keep it because
No,
I'm
no, no.
broke and I need
Wait,
that.
wait. The IRS might be listening. You give it away.
Well, he's in
Oh
Colombia.
yes. I'm in Colombia. Like, fuck the IRS. Like, they can't.
Oh,
do
you
that.
are in Colombia. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every episode we give away 0.01 Monero plus any donations that came in, and it's a challenge. So sometimes we'll just do a secret word that was said on the show. Sometimes it'll be a challenge that was related to one of the teaching topics.
What's our Monero challenge this week, Dave?
This week, we don't know when this is going to air. So
This is gonna air in 2 weeks because I have a podcast that I'm gonna publish this week,
yeah.
like in a couple days, with Harry from NIM VPN. I don't know
So
if you know that guy.
whatever you hear me say right now,
And then I have
you've
another
already
one
missed
with
it.
my homeboy, who's
But,
this guy Tony. He is Car Battery LB on Twitter. I don't know if you know him, but he's like a Lebanese Monero guy.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah,
he
no,
was
we-
talking
oh, yeah, I
about
think
I saw
Lebanon
that
and shit.
guy,
Yeah.
So this Monero challenge.
So you guys
just
are after
did-
both those interviews, but yeah.
Yeah, we did the Monero challenge around the last Thursday of March.
We do
The
every
winner will
Thursday.
be announced tomorrow. So what is the Monero challenge, Dave?
Yeah, so as of April 2nd, when we're recording this, it's a trivia question, and the question is, how do astronauts poop in space?
They
And
don't
everybody that
because space is
answers-
fake and gay.
Everybody that
Hey,
answers,
if someone answers that, they automatically win.
Yeah.
Come on,
Oh,
just answer that.
so everybody that gives us the right answer gets put into a wheel, and then on the show, I wrote some code that will roll a random number based on the Monero blockchain. So it's provably fair. You can go back and check that we're not lying, we're not cheating you, and then it'll pick a winner from the list, and then we give that person the 0.01 plus
Yeah, so
whatever donations.
that question came up because of the space station, if it is real, and those astronauts stuck up there for like 9 months. And
Bro,
it's
that shit
actually,
was so fucking fake. Like,
but the answer to the Monero question is actually on NASA's website.
okay.
That's actually why I came up with the question for it, because NASA actually told us how they do it.
Okay.
And-
But
and that's
we've
why I
done
thought-
other we've done
Have you
other cool
seen the
challenges.
bubbles in space?
The what?
Like when they do the spacewalks, they're like really in like a swimming pool, and there's like bubbles from their like scuba tanks and shit, right? Like,
Okay, I got a quick question.
have you
for
seen that shit? Like,
No, I haven't, but that's hysterical. So I'm kind of into aliens, but I was watching an alien show, and they did a counter of, are they aliens or are they time travelers?
I think they're demons.
Oh,
Yeah, I think they're like fucking demons, and they're trying to trick us into thinking space exists and shit, so that they could fake an alien invasion, like Project Bluebeam style. Like, you guys know that guy Werner von Braun, who was like the Nazi rocket scientist.
Yeah.
Went to work for NASA.
Yeah.
Like,
Who,
apparently
Project
when
Bluebeam?
he, like right before he died, he told like this chick who was like his assistant, like, yo, the last fucking shit they're gonna do is fake the alien invasion.
Sweet. Okay, so since we brought up Nazis, I just found, and this is not one that I ever looked into, Hitler didn't die in World War II.
No, he went to Argentina, bro.
Yeah, and I think they said Colombia too, or
Yeah,
there's
he
another-
lived here apparently, but then he went to Argentina like to go chill.
That is crazy.
But he was here for like a couple of years.
Well, Argentina has like entire cities that are nothing but white people, like blonde hair, blue eyes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's one city where
The one
they
you're
have, like-
talking about is in Brazil, but it's like they
Yeah.
did some twin experiments. And
yes,
like, the
there's a
city has
town
like a shitload of twins.
where,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like 15% of the people are identical twins in this city.
Yeah. But that's in Brazil, not in Argentina.
Yes.
But the Nazis went to Colombia, they went to Chile, they went to motherfucking Brazil and Argentina. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just Hitler. It was like a shitload of them.
Right. Well, we took a whole
Yeah.
bunch of them into America as well.
We took the smart one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We took the ones like designing the fucking propaganda machine and shit and the space program, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know about aliens, bro. I think they're demons.
Okay, well, my wife is really into aliens, so I kind of like adapted that. Being in Nevada, aliens is a thing.
Yeah, you guys are like Area 51 and shit, right?
Yeah, up by Area 51,
hours away.
there's a black mailbox. It's outside Area 51, and you can leave notes in there for aliens.
And there's like the little alien, right? Like, it's the hotel, like in that town, like that's right next to Area 51.
There might, I don't know. All I know is in Tonopah is the Clown Motel. That's all I know about.
Okay, there's one that I've seen like on like History Channel, like in documentaries and shit, where it's called the Ailey Inn, but it's like a hotel, right? It's like a play on words and shit.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
yeah, no, I lived in California for a long time, and I drove through Nevada, but never like to that part.
Are you American born or Colombian born?
I'm Colombian born, but I grew up
Okay.
like from 2 years old in America, like in California, basically.
So are you an expat, or do you not consider yourself an expat?
No, I'm a Colombian citizen. Like, I live
Okay,
in
so you're not
Colombia.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am an expat, I guess. Like, because I grew up there.
You spent most of your life here, yeah.
Yeah. I spent most of my life there, but like I live in Colombia now, and I've been here for like 8 years, almost 9 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How is it living there?
I fucking love it, bro. It's freer than the U.S.
Well, that's what a lot of Americans don't realize. There are other countries that they have a lot more freedoms than we have here.
Yeah. I would say it's super like relaxed here compared to the U.S. Like, I like driving, for instance, in the U.S. Like, you always got to like be watching out, like for the CHP or like, you know what I mean, like that you'll get pulled over and that kind of thing, and like that doesn't exist here. Like, if they're gonna pull people over here, they just do like a roadblock. And then you just know, like, all right, they're doing a roadblock, so I'm not going that way. Like, I'll go the other way. Like, but yeah, I don't know. It feels a lot freer here. Like, you, as long as you're not like pissing people off, you can pretty much do whatever.
Dave, stay out of Colombia.
Yeah.
Dave pisses everybody off for saying hi to him.
The other thing is, like, Colombian women are peligro, like danger, right? Like, they're fucking beautiful, but they're also like very dangerous, I guess, like in certain circumstances. Like, there's normal chicks, but then there's like the chicks that look for tourists that are.
Well, I had a friend who inspired one of our episodes. That he was in, I think it was Guatemala, where he got drugged, and like they just fucking took all his stuff.
Oh yeah, that shit happens here. It's called burundanga. It's scopolamine, right? Like,
crazy.
You know those fucking they're like a flower. It's like brugmansia. It's like a fucking angel trumpet or whatever the fuck the flower is. It's like a flower. It's like a big fucking flower that hangs down. These flowers are what they use to extract that shit from, right? And then like here, you could be like on a bus or in a taxi or like just somewhere, and like somebody could run up and like, touch you with it or blow it in your face or something. And then like it puts you in like a state of drugging where you're not like high. You feel normal, but like you're open to suggestion, and they could be like, "Yo, motherfucker, like go to the ATM and withdraw all your money and give it to me, and then like let's go to your apartment, and you're gonna open the door and you're gonna help us move all the furniture out into this truck." And like, you know what I mean? Like, this shit happens. Like, people fucking wake up the next day and their apartment is empty, their bank account is empty, and like they're on the fucking security footage, like helping the fucking people that robbed them, like take their shit out of their apartment because they're all drugged. Wow. And like the security guard is like, "Bro, you were helping them. I thought you were moving." Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why we didn't stop you. So like that shit's for real. Like, that shit's wild, bro.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's called scopolamine, burundanga, but yeah, like it's never happened to me, but like I have friends that it's happened to here.
Yeah.
Like Colombian friends, not even like tourist friends, like from America, right? Like
Yeah, I mean
Colombian.
that's why we did a show on situational awareness, like
Yeah.
keeping aware of what's around you and how to spot people that might have bad intent, and we do all sorts of teaching topics like that. Not
Yeah,
just
I'm like I'm an amateur prepper.
Nice.
So I kind of do some teaching on that. I talk about gardening stuff, even home repair, plumbing work, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Are you into permaculture?
I've heard the term, but I don't. Is that like hydroponic?
No, it's like basically what you do is like you grow like an organic garden, but you try to replicate nature, right?
Oh no.
So there's like a root vegetable component, and then like instead of grass, you grow like lettuce or some shit, and then you
that
grow
doesn't
like
work in the desert.
a
Yeah.
bush. Yeah, I
My
guess not,
problem
huh?
is no. I'm gonna crack. I'm gonna crack this nut. The growing in Vegas is very tough.
No, but there's a guy, you got to see this shit. It's called Greening the Desert, and the guy went to
Yeah.
like Saudi Arabia and he
I'm
did
pretty sure I've
permaculture.
seen him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Because
like an
I'm
Australian guy, I think, and he went to
I'm
like Saudi Arabia and like fucking was in the middle of the desert, and he started using permaculture, and he like grew like a food forest.
once I get a garden that's successful, I might switch over to something like that.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to get a beehive for some honeybees because I think that's going to be essential for my garden. Mushrooms will filter your dirt.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually have a very intense root system, and it goes in there. It's kind of like
It's
oysters in
not
the
roots, it's
ocean.
mycelium.
Oh, there you go. You just one up me. Good for
Yeah.
you. It's something I'm learning about. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm going to grow some because our dirt is very bad here. And the other thing is, I don't know, are you a chemtrails guy or not?
I mean, like we don't have them here, but I believe they exist. Yes.
But I never have been, but what's kind of linking me to chemtrails now is on X. There's people in Scotland, Ireland, Germany, all talking about their gardens aren't performing, bugs are dying, bees are dying. I don't know how that can happen worldwide without something globally affecting it.
I would say that the chemtrail shit is only like in Europe and the US though. Like I don't see chemtrails here where I live.
So when a plane flies over, you don't see either a contrail or a
A
chemtrail,
contrail disappears, a chemtrail stays.
right? Oh, okay.
Right?
So
A contrail is like it's like humidity, like it's
right,
like
it's
air or
condensation.
water that evaporates, right? So you see it, but then it goes away. Whereas like a chemtrail, you'll see the whole fucking sky like tic-tac-toes, right?
Yeah, no, agreed. And we've been seeing that a lot
Yeah.
here in Vegas, which is disconcerting to me.
Yeah, it's a little bit concerning, I would say. But like here, where I live in Colombia, it seems like they're not chemtrailing. Whereas like when I lived in the U.S., I would see that shit like a lot.
Really? So
Yeah,
you don't see, huh? I
yeah,
never thought because it's just I've been talking to people around the world and they've been complaining again, but it's also Europe, Britain, that area,
yeah. I think
and
it's the West.
there's
Like,
yeah, they're saying that there's problems with the gardens and the bugs, but I guess I never thought about like all the other parts of the world, huh?
yeah. I mean, like, have you seen motherfuckers from Africa being like, "We got chemtrails"? Like, I don't think so, right?
They don't got planes.
Yeah, exactly. But
Huh.
yeah. So I don't know. Like, but yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I believe that chemtrails are evil and shit, and that they're doing that shit.
So I'm a budding chemtrails guy. What do you think they're doing? Are they treating the fuel to make this happen, or what? How are they dispersing that chemical?
What I think they're doing, like, this is gonna sound crazy as fuck,
No, that's cool.
but like, I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? A
Right.
paranoid conspiracy theorist. So, like, what I think they're doing is they're using like fucking these chemicals that they're spraying in the air, and when they fake the alien invasion, like these chemicals are going to allow them to project holograms into the sky that are going to be super convincing.
Oh wow. Okay, so if you're a conspiracy theorist, another conspiracy I was kind of working on. Did you? I don't know if you guys saw the news or not, but the drones over like New Jersey and all there
What
was the
happened to
drones.
those?
They just stopped showing up.
Yeah, no.
But
So what happened? Like, what is that?
well, no, but so
Like,
about a week later, the mystery fog. Have you heard of the mystery fog?
oh yeah, I saw that shit.
That came after the drones.
Yeah.
And then you had the mystery fog. And then you
Do
had
you think the
massive
drones were
snowstorms.
mystery fogging, or you think they're two
I
unrelated
think
things?
they were seeding the clouds. They were cloud seeding,
The drones were
and
cloud
that turned.
seeding the mystery fog.
Well, no, the drones were cloud seeding. That turned into the mystery fog,
Like
and
they
then that
fucked
turned
up and
into
did it wrong, and it was like too
or too
much.
much, like Dubai
Like too
did.
much cloud seeding. Yeah.
So, but the mystery fog turned into a major snowstorm in the south.
Okay.
Louisiana got snow. Florida got snow.
Do you know about
Um,
HARP?
what's
HARP.
HARP?
It's like hyper auroral augmented frequency or some shit. Like it's something like that they have in Alaska. It's like this antenna
Oh yeah,
fucking
okay.
thing that they can like shoot like energy into the like
Yeah,
ionosphere and like
direct
bounce it
energy, yeah.
down and create like earthquakes and like control the weather and make hurricanes.
And burn down parts of Hawaii and burn down
Yeah,
parts
yeah,
of
exactly.
California.
That kind of shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like a thing. They've had it like since like the 70s or 80s.
I thought that was in the north, up in Antarctica though. Is that actually in
No,
Alaska?
it's in Alaska. But they might have one in Antarctica, and then they also have one in Pine Gap, Australia. Like, there's a bunch of them, right? So I don't know, but apparently with this shit, they can control the weather. So like maybe they are seeding the clouds with the fucking frequencies and then making the super fog and all that shit.
So the house you live in, does it have a green roof?
No,
Not yet. You're not there yet.
not yet, bro.
Because apparently the direct energy weapons can't
It's
burn
blue.
down anything.
Blue.
Green. Well, blue or green actually.
Blue
Well,
or
they're
green. Okay.
They're very similar colors.
Okay.
And
Yeah. No.
apparently
Like my house has a fucking. My roof like is fucking. I don't even know how to say it. Like laminates. It's like
Paint that
fiberglass.
shit blue,
Fucking
dude.
fiberglass things. Like
I'm painting my roof blue here pretty soon.
I should go out there and paint that shit, huh?
Yeah, paint it blue. They can't burn you down.
Yeah.
You know, if our podcasts start getting popular, they might come after us.
Yeah, since we talk about shit like this, like
Yeah.
they might want to take us out, right? Like
Yeah.
they're just gonna be like microwave that nigga. Like
Yeah. The neighbors come out. Well, there used to be a house there. It's gone.
That's the other
That'll
thing
fuck
is
you-
like the directed energy attacks like in Maui and shit or Paradise, California, right? Like
Oh yeah.
it's like one house is like fucking nuked and then the other
Yep.
house is like fine, right? Like,
Yep.
it's super
No,
weird. Yeah.
so this is something else I've talked about, but I haven't dwelled into it a lot. But there were like 2,000 kids missing from the Hawaii town that burned.
Really?
And there was a redacted news was interviewing a lady from Exploited and Missing Children, and she says whenever in most natural disasters you need to hold on to your kids. They use that to grab kids.
I would
saying,
expect that, yeah, for sure.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it's true because I mean, but this is a lady. She did work for the Missing and Exploited Children a nonprofit, and she was saying all over the world, a lot of times with a natural disaster, kids come up missing.
Do you think that like our leaders are in satanic cults and they do child sacrifice? Like, because that could explain why they.
I think you're onto something. I don't know. I mean, you know, like some are, yes. I believe some are. I'm not sure all of them are.
Like Epstein's Island had a fucking temple on it, right?
Yeah.
That like blue and white striped building with the gold dome that you always see in the pictures. Like that shit. What were they doing in that motherfucker, bro? Like,
yeah. Well, if you look at the last 3 Super Bowl halftime shows,
yeah,
there was satanic stuff in there.
That's what I'm saying. And like the
Yeah, no,
Grammys and the fucking Oscars, like all that shit, right? So like,
yeah, but we say the government is like, I'm a
the
fan
Olympics,
of Thomas
even the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, holy shit, the Olympics in France?
yeah,
That was insane.
yeah. So I'm saying, like, do you think they're really like at the top levels, like on some like devil worship shit?
It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me either. It wouldn't.
I haven't looked into that a lot because that's one of the things I really don't want to know the answer to, because then it's just like, oh, another thing. but there are a lot of politicians that I like Thomas Massey, Rand Paul, and I would hope they're not into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would say it's probably not everybody.
Yeah.
But like Thomas Massey and Rand Paul are probably like the 2 politicians that aren't compromised out of all of them. Right.
I hope so.
Whereas the rest of them are just all like Epstein Island visitors that are probably being sexually blackmailed for raping children and shit. Like,
if you go back like like 4 or 6 years ago, Bernie Sanders punished the millionaires and billionaires. And then now somebody went, Bernie, you're a millionaire now. Punish the billionaires. As soon as Hillary Clinton paid him off and bought him a supercar, he stopped saying punish millionaires and just jumped to billionaires.
Yeah. So, what do you think about him and AOC being like the comeback to Trump for the
Keep
left?
it going because it's pure comedy.
Yeah, you can't. Trump
And,
is like making some fumbles here, but those two are not going to be the ones to pick up the ball.
If they can add Crockett into that, Crockett, what's her name?
Crockett, Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, if they can add her into that, oh, that's comedy gold. That's a comedy trio right there.
All right, do you think AOC is hot though?
She's a good looking woman. No,
you don't
she
think
really
she's
is.
a big booty Latina?
Well, she's getting to be a big booty and a big.
She's got a horse face.
But it happens when you get money.
Horse face. All right.
I mean, if she drops there, I mean, she's not unattractive.
I mean, like for the politicians, like all the politicians are like extremely unattractive. So she's probably like the best. But it's like if you're a dude in prison and like you think the guard is hot, but like that's the only chick you see, right? So she's like probably a 4 like on the outside, but you're just thinking she's hot because like she's the only chick you see, right? Like I think maybe she's hot for a politician, right?
Well, when I lived in Denver, I met a guy and he goes, "Oh, that girl, she's a Denver 8."
A Denver 8. Okay.
And he goes, "Well, in California, she'd be a 4."
Okay.
Denver, she's an 8.
Damn. All right. I didn't know Denver had it bad like that.
Well, it wasn't even that. I think he was just like one of those guys, like the only pretty people are in California. Yeah. And I'm like, whatever. But it was just funny that's how he said it. So
yeah. No, Denver 8's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that's funny too. Las Vegas is full of hot chicks though. Like you guys aren't suffering. Like there's no Las Vegas 8. Like she's just an 8.
We're both married.
She's just an 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm married too. Like so.
Yeah. Well, I'm at home with my wife in the other room, so I talk loud.
Oh,
shit. You know, a lot of these chicks here are like full of Botox and.
If you see a shoe come in, bounce off my head, my wife threw a shoe at me.
Botox, like no, that's horrible. I don't like that.
It's not. I mean, like, it depends. Like, if you hang out in the casinos when the clubs are getting out, like you'll see a lot of eye candy. But
you guys are libertarians, though. Like, are you guys with like some open-minded libertarian chicks, or you just got a wife and you're the libertarian?
My wife is from Mongolia. She grew up there when it was socialist, so she knows the brutality of socialism.
Your girl is from fucking Mongolia, bro.
Yeah.
I just watched a Bald and Bankrupt episode. You ever watch that shit?
No.
Bald and Bankrupt. He's a guy that travels around. He's got like a YouTube channel, but he went to Mongolia, and I was watching that shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yes, she's like libertarian leaning, but she more favors Republican shit.
Does she ride a horse?
No, but we rode horses when we went out there.
Have you seen the Mongolian rave where all the people are on horses? Like, there's like a chick, she's like a DJ, and she's like, doing a set of music, and then like it pans to the crowd, and they're all like on fucking horses.
They do have a heavy metal band called The Who, and it's spelled HU. We saw them when they came out here, and that was really cool.
Nice.
So they play like traditional Mongolian instruments, but with heavy metal.
It's like didgeridoos and shit.
No, they don't have that, but they have like, it's like a fiddle. It's kind of like a large fiddle made of horsehair, and then I mean they have drums and like one guy had an electric guitar. It's really fucking good music though.
Does she make you Mongolian food and shit?
She does, but there's a reason you've never seen a Mongolian restaurant in your life.
Yeah, it's like all like milk and meat, right? Like.
Yes, and they don't put salt or.
And they like boil the meat in the fucking milk and shit. Yeah,
it's terrible. Yeah. I mean, they have some good things, but you need like the exotic ingredients.
Don't they drink fermented milk like to get drunk?
Yes, they take horse's milk and they ferment it. It's like beer.
Yeah. But it's like some nasty ass drink that they drink. It's not like beer, bro.
Horse cum is not like beer.
You wouldn't know.
That's wild. Like I would drink it. Like I would try it.
I would try it. Just I'll try anything.
I would try it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't drink in general, so like I don't like alcoholic things. But I tried it, and it reminded me of what beer seemed like, and I'm like, yeah, it's just not for me.
You must be drinking Budweiser.
Bud
I
Light.
just like tasted it once when I was young.
He was
Like,
drinking
I-
Bud
Yeah.
Light, right? The tranny beer.
Yeah, no, my wife, she's an independent and she tolerates me.
She's like, all right, you're
Yeah.
fucking
Well, we've
politically
been married
crazy,
since
but we've been together too long
I mean,
to leave you.
it's been 34 years. What is she going to do? Kick me out now?
Do you guys have children?
Nope.
I've got one. He's an adult now, but yeah.
Okay, I have a child that's like 7 right now. But
Oh,
in
congratulations. That's
May
cool, man.
he's
It's a
gonna.
fun age.
Yeah, he's super fun.
Yeah, I had a good time. I have a good time with my son now, but even back when he was, once they get out of like the 3 and 4, I started digging them.
Yeah.
Pooping
Once
in a
they start
diaper.
developing their personality and like
Yeah.
cracking jokes and shit,
Yeah, that's when I'm like, okay, we can hang out now.
yeah, hell yeah. So, how did you guys like link up? You were both in the same libertarian fucking meetup or some shit?
Yep.
Yeah, we just go to the meetups,
And then you would just fight all the time, and
yeah,
like
the
you were like,
topic would
"Fuck it,
drift
we're
towards
gonna do
something,
a
and I'd be
show."
like, "This guy's a fucking idiot." I'm gonna yell, and he's gonna yell back at me, and it's fun. And being both from Chicago, like that's how you talk in Chicago.
Yeah, people don't understand it here.
And here, on the
Yeah.
West
It's
Coast,
kind of like New York,
like,
right? Like
who
they're
are these
just like
fucking psychos?
direct
Like,
and
they're gonna
blunt. Yeah.
get violent, and we're like, no, we're not gonna get violent. That's how we talk.
We're
Oh.
loudmouth blowhards.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Yeah. So, did you know each other in Chicago, or you met in fucking
No, we
Nevada?
met out here.
Nope.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean,
And then you guys don't even know each other that well.
We know each other as much as we've talked at the meetups.
Yeah.
That's
I've been to his
wild.
house. I've been to his house one time, and well, no, actually twice because you locked yourself out that day. I had to break in for you. But yeah, we don't like. I mean, we're not like friends where we tell each
You're
other.
not like going out with your wives like to have dinner and shit.
No,
like,
no,
your
not at
wives
all.
are friends and you guys hang
But that
out
was
every week and shit. No.
That's what attracted me to having Dave as the co-host because one, I can be when I get going, I can be somewhat a bull. I'm a big guy.
I
And
will
people
say
get
Dave is
intimidated.
based though.
But Dave will stand his ground and he'll be wrong. But he'll stand
No,
his
he's
ground.
right though. You're a minarchist. You're a fucking statist. Dave is fucking correct on a lot of shit, and then you
Okay,
just
so
argue
let me
him
ask-
on some
okay.
statist bullshit. Like,
Okay, let's start this then. Are
Yeah.
you for property rights?
yes,
Are you for open borders?
yes,
How?
because who is to tell me where I can travel?
But you don't want people
Like
traveling
the
across
whole passport system is like a huge fucking scam
No,
on the world
but wait,
populace.
but you're for
Like,
property
do you
rights,
remember
though.
the 1800s? Like, motherfuckers would just show up on a sailboat, right?
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
oh, we live here now, right? Like, when the fuck did they have to get a stamp in their passport? That's some bullshit.
No,
bro.
no, no.
Like,
I'm not talking
the
about passport.
whole like no, but like that's what
I'm talking
borders
about-
are.
I'm talking about straight up property rights.
Yes,
own
you can
property.
have property without
Okay.
enforcing a border and stopping other people from having property next to you.
But if you have your own property, would you stop people from walking across it?
It depends what they're doing.
Okay, so
If they're
what
just
about
walking across it, cool. If they're like smuggling fucking cocaine, I might have a problem with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right? So it's kind of a tough argument because you're like, well, I don't want some people walking across my property, but people in another country can enter the property of that country and walk.
I mean,
around
do
free.
countries even exist though? I think they're scams.
Right. Well, I mean, you are
I think
like
countries
Dave.
in
It
general
sounds
are
like you're
scams.
still like
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dave is
actually-
based. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So one of a comic that I met, and he was doing an open mic, and he goes, "So who here thinks we landed on the moon?" Or he brought up the word moon, and everyone's like, "Oh," and he goes, "But I can't believe you guys actually believe in the moon." He goes, "The
Yeah.
moon is fake."
Yeah, I don't think you can go to the moon.
Yeah, well, but it's fake though.
I don't think it's fake, but I mean,
just a-
you
it's
can
a light
see it,
bulb up
right? But like, I don't
Well, it's
think
a
you
light
can
bulb.
go there. I think it's a light. Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think you can really go there. I don't think you can go to space. Like, I think they're
Do
faking
something high enough.
Bro, I think they're faking space, like, to be honest. Like, it's gonna get me in a lot of hot water. People are gonna think I'm crazy and retarded, but whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
You just need too many people to be in on that, and someone's gonna leak it eventually.
But leak what? No, you don't see. That's the misnomer. Like the moon landing. Do you know how many people would have had to been on it? I go,
Yeah,
20.
hundreds.
No, the
Bro.
people at NASA might have actually thought they were on the moon.
Do you think
Like they're looking
nuclear
at a
bombs are
computer
real?
screen. So you need
course.
Stanley Kubrick.
You think nuclear bombs are real?
Yeah, well, nuclear bombs. Yeah, not nuclear.
We've
nuclear
detonated them
bombs.
here in Nevada.
Nuclear bombs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
detonated.
Have you
them.
ever seen the nuclear bomb footage that they use to show people that nuclear bombs are real?
Yeah.
No, we've detonated them here in Nevada.
I mean,
the dirt is radiated.
Well, the government has tested nuclear bombs here. We actually have a nuclear bomb.
But I mean, have you seen the explosion?
No, but there's videos and pictures of the mushroom
video,
cloud.
But have you
Now, I
seen
have
all
to
the
assume
videos? They're fucking retarded looking. Like,
Yeah,
you'd have
and
to
they
be a
might be. I
retard to
mean-
think they're real.
It's the bomb.
No, but like the videos they have of, like, nuclear bombs look like some serious, like, retarded, like, special effects from like the
What?
50s.
Why? It's just that's what a bomb
Because
is.
it's not real. Like, they're faking that shit, and that was the best, like, special effects they had at that point in time.
Okay.
No,
so-
I have a big collection of old movies, and their special effects were nowhere near that good. Trust me.
So
Okay,
we did some nuclear testing at the test site up north. It's more in central Nevada.
Was there really radiation? Did you go out there with, like, a Geiger counter? And
That
all
I
that
can't
shit?
tell you. I don't know, but I'll get to my. So all that stuff got into the well waters, and then the next major town south of the testing site was a town called Pahrump. Now, early in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, they were having mass mystery deaths. People were dying of like weird shit. And then they finally started testing the well water, and they started going. They went to I think even a
It
well
was all like
deeper
full of
down.
uranium or some bullshit.
Well, I don't know because
Yeah.
but my point is when I was thinking about moving to Pahrump, I'm like, hey, what's the well water like? And people were telling me that it was bad years ago, but now that it's being monitored, it's actually good. But they claim they monitor the well water to keep all the radioactive material out. So
Do you remember learning about radiation in high school?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Do you
a little
remember
bit.
them telling you that radiation has a half-life of like thousands and thousands of years, right?
Well, no, that depends on which element you're talking about, because different ones have different half-lives.
Okay, but the one they used to bomb fucking Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, uranium is like, fuck, I don't even
Like,
remember
people
what-
live in those
It's a
cities
long
still, bro.
half-life.
Like, if
Yeah.
if they really bomb this shit with a nuclear bomb, like, it would be uninhabitable for like eons, right? Like, these motherfuckers are like living there still. Like, nothing happened. Like, and
I
it's
mean,
been
like,
like what, 80 years? Like,
so you can make a bomb out of a lot of different materials, and you can make one that irradiates the land forever, and one that doesn't.
Might not want to continue this conversation.
fucking Fed, bro. He's a fucking Fed.
He is a Fed.
See,
He's
see what he's doing?
Yeah. He's like, hey, you guys want a bomb? I'm gonna hook you up.
Some of the systems I work on actually deal with calculating radiation levels of different chemicals and elements.
So you're actually knowledgeable about this shit.
Yes,
I'm just
yes.
talking out of my ass.
I told the story on the show, but I'll tell you. So like I talk to the scientists sometimes to make sure that our software does what they want, and they wanted to convert from our tech team wanted to convert from one database to another. The old database will do arbitrary numbers, and the new database will only do 38 decimals. Okay. So I go to the scientist and I'm like, hey, we can only truncate 38 decimals. What do you want me to do with these ones that have like 45 decimals? And the guy threw a fit. He's like, no, we need all 45 decimals. Like, you don't understand that these numbers. And like, if you draw that number out, right, fucking 45 zeros and a 7.
It's more confusing than Bitcoin, bro.
There's no instrument in the world that can detect that level of radiation. So what are you talking about? You need 45 levels of decimals, right? So the scientists, a lot of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So like, honestly, like if I don't see the experiment myself, sometimes I'm like, well, prove it to me, show me, because a lot of them are talking out their fucking asses.
I would agree with that.
No, I like the fact you question everything though. That to me, that's a great skill to have.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm like so fucking paranoid and skeptical of everything. Like, like for real. Like I border on irrational. Like people, like, you know, people that are close to me, like my wife or like my kid or like, you know, my friends. There's just like, motherfucker, like, you're fucking crazy. Like, that shit's not real. Like, And then I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like,
Well, okay, so this is the one thing that I said on the podcast that didn't come true,
yeah.
and I'm still holding out. I hope it doesn't happen. But I thought the immigrants moving in here were soldiers in the UN Army. They were sneaking in the soldiers.
Bro, that
So
might
they-
be happening for real. The blue
Right,
helmets
so
might just show up next week. Like,
right.
they were
Well,
shipping
because
tanks around. Did you see that shit where they were like
yeah.
having trains full of tanks and shit?
So that one I have to say is not true, but I'm still holding that it might still happen.
Well, that they do
yeah.
that like every week. That happens all the time.
Yeah,
just
bro,
they
they're
will-
coming through the Mexican border. They're coming.
This is what I tell.
They're setting
Ron
up
all the time.
safe houses in
The
metropolitan
illegal
areas.
aliens are the ones that are going to be on the side of freedom when the shit goes
Like
down.
you could walk you could walk out of a communist country.
No,
Like,
but I
there you
mean,
go.
like for real, like I don't even think borders exist. So like illegal aliens, like that's a term, that's a misnomer, right? Like, who are you to say that somebody can't come somewhere?
No, well, I mean, but we got to call them something while we're in this paradigm, right? But yeah, most of them like they just want to be left alone. They want to be libertarian-ish. You know, just let me do my work, leave me the fuck alone. And
Let me
when
cut.
shit hits the fan,
Let
they're
me
gonna be
cut
on
your
our side.
lawn. Let me cut your lawn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's that 1% that are gangbangers and child traffickers, and yeah, fuck those people up.
When Trump started this mass deportation, that was like one of my favorite jokes going after people. Oh, you have to mow your own lawn, you can pick your own fruit, clean your own house. Oh my God, life is so horrible for you.
yeah, bro, I lived in California, right? And like California has like a huge fucking agricultural industry. Like we're the fruit basket of the whole fucking country, right? So like when I lived there was migrational, like seasonal migrants, right? That would come only for like the fucking apple season.
But they're
like I live
permanent
near
again.
Apple Hill in California, right? Like Apple Hill, they would fucking have a fuck ton of Mexicans come in.
Is that
like, in
near Apple
October.
Valley?
No, it's near Placerville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Apple Hill is like it's Camino is where it is.
Okay, no, because I had to I was in Apple Valley once and I stopped at Victorville. That's a fucked up
Yeah,
little
but that's
town.
Southern California.
Right.
Victorville's where the
that's
prison
why I
is
asked.
and shit.
Yeah.
Victorville.
But no,
The outlet mall.
I checked into a hotel.
The outlet.
I drive through there every once in a while.
Okay.
I checked into a hotel in Victorville. I had to sign a waiver that I would not have any guests.
Oh yeah, you can't bring hookers in there, bro.
I know. You should advertise. I need to know before I sign up. I need to know I can bring hookers in.
Yeah, no, they're just like, nah, we've had too many problems with people bringing hookers here. Like, you just need to sign the waiver, homie. Like, Victorville, bro. Victorville is fucking wild. Like, Victorville, there's a prison there, and it's like a fucking crazy prison. That's like where the lifers go and shit, right?
Really?
The Mexican mafia, the fucking Aryan Brotherhood, like all these fucking crazy fucks that you hear about, like on Discovery Channel and shit. Like, they're all in Victorville, bro. Like,
interesting. And if they escape, they end up in Barstow, and that's even worse.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. Barstow's the armpit of California.
Yeah, it's worse than the prison.
Yeah. That's what they told me when I lived there. They said Barstow is the armpit of California. But
And yeah, that's actually the first town we come to leaving Vegas. If you're driving,
Yep.
the first real town. I mean,
so why'd you guys settle in Vegas? Like, you both came there from different places, right?
Yeah.
Well, in 2014, my wife and I and son decided to move around the country. We went to Tennessee. We lived in Tennessee for a little bit, Boulder, Colorado, Seattle, Washington, and we're like, well, Vegas has got to be next, and we love it here. So we've been here like 6 years.
Okay.
I moved out here to play poker professionally.
Seriously?
So we came out in 2018, and I started playing. I was just doing my thing, and then they shut everything down with COVID, and I'm like, well, this is fucking like I got to get a job again.
That's
so
sick,
I actually work part time for the.
He plays poker and then works half time.
No, you wanted to blow your mind. Explain the poker you play.
How familiar are you with poker?
I mean, I played like Texas Hold'em. Like,
yeah, so you know Texas Hold'em. So, what I play, it's what Omaha is.
Omaha, is that like 3-card poker or some shit?
Omaha is 4 cards. So
4 cards.
It's
Okay.
Texas Hold'em with 4 cards.
Okay.
So what I do is I play with 5 cards, and then there's 2 boards instead of 1 board, and then you chop up the pot one for each board.
So you
Yeah,
like play
exactly.
gambling crack poker.
It's fucking
Yeah,
wild. Yeah.
exactly.
And the
He
thing
plays
is,
like
nobody knows what they're
Solana
doing.
fucking
So
meme coin poker.
I actually think he's made this up. And he's actually at home by playing by himself.
Where do you
thinking
go
that he's
to
in a
do
casino.
this? Like, do you go to like the speakeasy, like some underground
no.
poker
So
room and shit?
we have a group in Vegas that runs these crazy games.
the desert.
And we schedule the games. Right now they're at Bellagio. We were at Caesars for a while. We were at Aria for a while. But we hop around, looking for the best deal because they'll give us deals if we can promise a full game.
You're like, yo, I'll bring like 50 people to play.
Yeah,
We're
well,
gonna have
not
a
that many,
tournament
but yeah.
or some shit. And
No, we don't do tournaments. So we just do
Okay.
the cash games.
Okay.
So we'll try to get 1 or 2 games going and keep them running all night.
Ron,
Yeah.
do you play with this guy?
Oh, I wouldn't. No, I don't do poker.
You're like, I'm fucking not losing money to this fucking asshole.
Yeah,
I already do
I'm
a
not
podcast
much
with
of
him. He's already
the
making me
reason I
lose
can-
money with the podcast.
The reason I can survive living in Vegas is gambling is not one of my vices. I got a lot of vices, but gambling is not one of them.
Nice.
If I gamble, it's for the free drinks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the same way, bro. I'll play penny machines like all
Yeah.
fucking night just so I could get rum and cokes for free.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I do.
Yeah. But so you're literally a poker player, bro.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. Have you played Monero poker?
I looked into some of those and like.
I'm going to invite you to a group that my
Okay.
friends have. We play. I'm not a good poker player.
None
Like
of them seemed all that good. But if
this is me and like some homies.
Yeah.
We have a
Okay.
Telegram group and like
Are
we
you sure you
play
want to be in
poker.
there? Like,
I don't know.
so
You
what?
might clean us out, bro. Like
No,
fuck
see,
it.
the problem with Dave is he thinks he's the smartest person in the room, and he's not always the smartest
Most
person.
of the time, I am.
Okay, look, I'm not a good poker player. Like I play like for fun, right? Like when I
Right, it's
go with
fun.
like $50 to play poker, I'm like I'm gonna lose that shit, but I'll have fun doing it, right? Like,
Well, the other thing is like I don't want to sound arrogant or whatever, but I don't like want to waste my time if it's like penny shit. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, no,
There's,
we're
like,
playing.
in
We're
the
playing
casino,
for
I'm
like
playing
$20,
for-
homie. Like
Yeah, like
there's like 10
I
of
might
us,
play
and we
for
play
fun
for
every once in a while,
$20.
but,
Like
like-
that's what's up. But we play for Monero.
okay.
So if you want to
So
be a
$20
Monero,
could be
homie,
$40.
yeah,
That's
we
true.
play $20 worth of Monero, right? Like so, if you want to come to the Monero poker game, I'll get you in there.
Yeah, just you got my my.
But then, if you fucking come in and clean us all out, everyone's gonna blame me. So they're gonna be like, "You brought this fucking guy. He's a fucking professional poker player."
Oh, they'll be pissed off you brought him in long before he cleaned you guys out. They'll be calling you a retard and what are you, stupid? Are you vaping or did you just hit the bong?
No, I'm hitting weed.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah, Colombian weed.
nice. How is the Colombian weed?
It's all right. Like you guys have better stuff because you guys are legal, right?
In most states, yeah, Nevada is.
Nevada is like Las
Yeah.
Vegas has like stores and shit.
Yeah.
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 But
So you guys
honestly,
got better stuff.
Oregon's got the best weed I've ever found.
Yeah, Oregon does have good weed, but I'm from California and like we had better weed than Oregon, to be honest. But like I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, nice.
Colombian weed.
Okay. Is that like homegrown or did you buy that at a store?
No, I bought this on the black market. Like a pound of weed here is like $80, bro.
Oh shit.
So like once a year, I buy weed,
Mm.
and I'll buy like a pound, right? And like I'll just have a pound and smoke it like until it runs out. But it's like $80, but it's like outdoor, I guess you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like the best weed. It's all right. It's good. It's green and it's not seedy.
You know what? If it gets you where you want to go, it's good weed.
Yeah. And I would say it's strong as fuck. Like
Okay.
you smoke a joint and you're like high as fuck. Like you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
Well, there you go. It's good weed then.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's just not like it doesn't have bag appeal. It's not. It doesn't smell super good. Like it's like kind of outdoor.
When I go to the store to buy weed, I'm just like, I want to get high. Give me something to get high. And then they just give me what they want and it works. So I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm
but you
not
get
like-
like those exotic ass like strains and shit. Like
Yeah, I don't need purple hairs in my bud.
Yeah,
I'm not taking pictures of it. I'm
yeah.
just gonna put it in my bong and smoke it.
That's what's up, bro. I'm kind of there as well.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in California, right? Like when I turned like 15, they did that shit in '95 where they made it medical, right?
Yeah.
So like before then, you would get like brick weed, like Mexican weed that was shitty. And then like after that, like when people started growing it, like you would just get the most fire fucking weed. And I smoked a lot of good weed like over my lifetime. And like some of the best weed doesn't look that good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like
agreed.
so yeah. So
But see, with medical, the problem here is if you get a medical card, you can't get a concealed carry permit for a gun.
really?
Yep. That's a
Aren't you
government control.
isn't Nevada like the most gun friendly fucking place on earth?
Not anymore.
It's a federal law though.
Oh, okay.
The problem in Nevada is the Californian lawmakers are bribing the Nevada lawmakers to vote a certain way. They're trying to turn Nevada into California, legit.
But isn't Nevada like where you can go and like literally shoot like a fucking machine gun in the desert?
Yeah, you can do that here.
You
yeah.
can run a car over with a tank here. You can rent a tank.
Run
and
a
drive
fucking car over with a tank. Like, listen,
Yeah.
to that. That's fucking
Yeah,
wild,
legit.
bro.
You can do that.
Yeah,
Well,
you
yeah,
could
the
never do
carry
that.
rules suck. You need a permit to carry, and our Republican governor like doesn't give a fuck about changing that at all.
Well, he's an ex-cop.
I
so-
went to school in
he signed
Missouri,
red flag
bro.
laws.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went to school in Missouri, and in Missouri, like you could literally just have a gun like on you at all times. Like there's like
Were you southern or northern Missouri? Were you in the Ozarks?
I was in Columbia, Missouri,
Oh, that's
where the
like
Mizzou Tigers are.
Oh shit, that's a fucked up town too.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've
I had
I've
fun
been-
there. I love that place.
No, I've been I travel for work a lot. I've been propositioned by hookers in Columbia more than any other town I've been in.
Oh
hotel
yeah. I could see that happening. Yeah, I can see that happening.
I was with my wife one time. And I go, I just got propositioned by a hooker. Get the fuck out of here.
There's the lot lizards, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's all like truck stops and shit. Like,
Yep.
It's like the only city in between fucking St. Louis and Kansas City, right? Which are both like 3 hours in each direction. So it's like
Well, funny
the
thing
oasis
is,
in the desert where the lot lizards hang out and seek out the truck.
I never knew Kansas City was in Missouri.
Well,
I knew Kansas
it's both.
City was in Kansas. I never knew it
it's
was
both. It's both. Yeah.
So I'm watching a football game. I don't watch much football, but this was going back like, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago. And they all wore helmets with their state printed out on their helmet. And I'm looking at the Kansas City. I go, that's not Kansas. That's not the shape of Kansas. And I looked and I go, oh, fuck, they're in Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I never knew that.
Yeah. Kansas City, Missouri is cool, but Kansas City, Kansas has the best fucking barbecue. Like you literally just cross the fucking river.
I gotta disagree on that one.
No,
Gotta go to Texas.
You're not a friend of Oklahoma Joe's?
Texas brisket.
Oklahoma Joe's in Kansas City.
No, I fall on Tennessee being good barbecue.
Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
Tennessee. I guess I ate at the Salt Lick outside of
Salt Lick is
Austin,
great.
Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to the Salt Lick. That shit was fire.
I'll tell you one thing. Vegas, the barbecue is fucking terrible. You want to make $1 million? Come out here and make a real barbecue place.
Like bring somebody from fucking Texas or like Missouri or some shit.
Yeah, the barbecue here is not good. I can't find any good barbecue around here. Yeah. I make it myself. I got my own. I've got, I don't know, like 5 or 6
You got a
grills.
smoker, Ron?
I got a wood smoker. I got a pellet smoker. I've got a charcoal grill. I've got a propane grill. I've got a flat top. And I'm just rebuilding another charcoal grill.
This motherfucker. Why aren't you inviting your boy Dave here to barbecue, bro? Like, what's happening?
We could. I mean,
he's like, I don't know. We do the podcast. That's enough. Like,
well, we have a barbecue for our podcast.
Yeah,
really. Our first one last September, and we're gonna have another one this September. If you go to the website /BBQ, you got all the details right there.
That's
You're welcome to come too if you can make it.
Yeah,
I would, but I don't think I'll make it. Like, to be honest, that's a long way to go for a barbecue. If you guys ever come to Colombia, though, I will have you here for an asado.
Oh, do you have that?
An asado is a Colombian. Nah, we're not Argentinian, but we got steaks. We got meat. Like, we eat meat. Like, that's what we eat. Yeah. If you come here, you will enjoy the food. I will make sure of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I live in the coffee region too, so if you come, like, where I live is in the mountains, and there's coffee farms everywhere and shit.
Nice.
So obviously the coffee's grown outside. What's the climate for the coffee to be grown outside?
Up in the mountains.
Well, because I'm trying to grow coffee beans here. I want to make my own coffee here.
You're fucked, bro.
Well, no,
you need water and humidity. Like,
The humidity is
where we live, where the coffee grows, there's literally mist in the fucking air.
Okay.
We have 2 rainy seasons. You know what I mean? Like, you're in fucking
2 rainy
Vegas,
days.
bro. You're in the fucking desert. Like, you're fucked. Like, unless you have a greenhouse and you go in there and spray that shit with a fucking spray bottle like 4 times a day, like, you're not gonna fucking have the right conditions. And it's gotta be cold too. Like,
yeah, see, that's the problem. Maybe I can do it in the wintertime and maybe build a greenhouse because I really want to grow my own coffee beans.
Yeah, you can do it, but like, for real, like, all right, where I live, there's a fucking volcano, bro.
That's all. Okay.
Right? So there's volcanic soil. It's up in the mountains. It's like the fucking Swiss Alps of Colombia where I live. Like, the mountains are epic. Like, the views are epic. Like, it's the Andes. You know what I mean? Like, one of the biggest mountain ranges in the world is like the Himalayas or some shit, but it's the Andes, right? And then, like, there's mist. Like, where I live, it's eternal springtime. So it never gets too hot, but it never gets too cold. But there's
kind of like San Diego here, yeah.
Yeah, lots of water, you know? Like, it just rains all the time. Like, it's been raining for like a week fucking straight. Like, yesterday and today were the first 2 days of sun I've had in like, you know, like 2 weeks or something.
Oh, wow. Kind of like Seattle in the wintertime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, because what I want to do is I want to grow my own coffee beans, and instead of roasting them, I want to smoke them. I want to, you know, because in roasting you
smoke them.
Get
like in the smoker, like applewood or some shit. Like,
yeah,
you know, some mesquite, some fucking beans. Mesquite, like,
yeah, something that adds some extra flavor. It's because the roasting, I don't really know if that adds any flavor at all. It's just they're roasting the beans to make them coffee beans, but I want to put them through a smoker.
Well, I will tell you this. This is what I know about coffee. I don't know a lot, but my friend Doug, he's the host of Monero Talk, right?
I met Doug. I met Doug at the convention.
Okay, Doug buys coffee from a farm that I'm friends with the people at the farm, and like they accept Monero tips for the workers and shit. And like Doug buys the coffee, but he buys it green, and then he has like the roaster.
Yeah.
Right. So when you order that shit from him, he like is like, how do you want it? Medium, light, dark, whatever. I'll roast it, like custom order, and then he sends it to you, right? But like I send him the green coffee, like. But roasting it does like bring out the flavor, because like the green beans, like roasting them is what brings out the flavor of the coffee.
But it's bringing out the flavor from inside the bean. It's not adding the flavor to the bean.
Yeah, no. Adding the flavor to the bean would be like adding some fucking hazelnut, like, you know, like how there's like vanilla coffee or hazelnut coffee.
Yeah, I don't want any of that shit.
Yeah.
Well, the theory I'm working off of is I'm a home brewer. I make my own beer as well.
Oh, and fucking nice, bro. Send me some.
If you've never had a smoked beer, find a smoked beer. They smoke the grains beforehand, and then they make the beer, and it puts in like a really good flavor.
A smoked beer.
Yeah,
bro, I'm a connoisseur of beer. I've drank a shit ton of beers, right? Like Belgian beers, microbreweries all over the world.
O'Fallon's in Missouri makes a smoked beer.
Okay, I drank O'Fallon's, but never their smoked beer.
Okay, yeah, they make a smoked beer there.
They make a pumpkin beer. That's fucking fire for fucking Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah. The best pumpkin beer I had was in Boulder, Colorado. It basically turned into a barley wine because it was just so much sugar in there. The yeast went crazy, and it technically qualified for a barley wine, but it was a pumpkin beer.
Okay, that's wild.
Yeah.
Are you a drinker, Dave, or no?
No, I never drink. Don't do any weed. Nothing.
You're just straight edge. You're raw dogging life.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. Well, shit. I'm sorry that you're hanging out with us and we drink.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Vegas. This is what happens, you know.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. So, guys, we've been on here for a long ass time. You guys are cool as fuck, but like I don't want to keep you here all night. Like, thank you so much for doing the show. Do you want to say any final words or anything like that?
It's been a pleasure.
Go subscribe to our podcast. Our website is thecanaryinthecage.com. Get some Uncage Your Brain stickers. We give you Monero if you send us stickers that are posted in public. And like they're QR code stickers. So it's AI generated QR code. It's fucking amazing. You've never seen anything like this.
You guys are cool as fuck.
Yeah, we try to stay on the edge, right? And
like for real, like the fact that you guys like you guys do not strike me as like your average like crypto person. And the fact that you're adopting Monero to do what you're trying to do is so fucking sick. Come into our chat room.
Like we
I-
talk all sorts
I
of shit in the chat
respect the
room.
fuck out of you guys.
Yeah, I'm more of a hillbilly than a crypto guy.
I
All my
know.
family comes from Kentucky. I
But
make
you're
my own
accepting the
whiskey.
most cypherpunk fucking crypto for your show, bro. That's pretty
Yeah, no,
sick.
it's cool.
That might be all day, but I mean, it's sick as fuck that you're doing
And
it.
and if you want to get into Monero, like do the challenges, because
Yeah.
we've had people that are not crypto people at all, but they can do the challenge, and then now they have to get a wallet, right?
Yeah.
And when we do a challenge that's tech related, like for example, you had to do a PGP key. Now everybody talks about, oh, you should have a PGP key, but nobody actually fucking does it, right?
I do.
Well, we're going to give you Monero if you do it, and now that you have an incentive to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do.
That's awesome, man. Like, look, it's super sick that you guys have adopted Monero, and like, that's how I fucking found you guys. Like, the fact that your fucking podcast is the only podcast on the dark web is fucking gangster as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
that's
And don't
so
you fucking
sick.
try and compete with us on there.
I won't.
No, I'll teach you if you want to. I mean, like, well, I'll teach you how to get there.
No, I would love
We
to do
actually-
that, to be honest. Like,
I
that
think
shit
we-
is sick. I would love to do that. Like,
We might have more of a following in the dark web than we do any other.
It's close. It's pretty
site.
close.
I mean, not like if you add like YouTube and Rumble together, but if you go Rumble versus dark web or YouTube,
Right.
we might, because we've got a decent amount of dark web listeners.
it's sick. Like, I just found out about you guys, and like, I just found out like that you had a dark web fucking podcast. I was like, these motherfuckers. Like, that's why I gotta like hit them up and try to do a podcast with them, because like, who the fuck are these guys? Like,
And
this is sick.
we have I
Yeah.
share it all via BitTorrent, right?
Yeah.
That's the big thing on dark web is BitTorrent.
You
But
are
we
the
had a
most
guy-
cypherpunk motherfucker, Dave. For being a Fed, like, you're pretty fucking cypherpunk.
We had a guy on the dark web make a dark web website where you can listen to all of our episodes on the website without JavaScript. So he's
Yeah.
like, because nobody on the dark web wants to use JavaScript.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm
because
gonna do
there's
this without
malicious code injection and shit.
Yeah. So you can load his site up and listen to our episodes. And like, I didn't ask him to do that. He just did it.
Yeah, that's sick, man. Like, I can't believe the dark web gets behind my Fed homie over here.
And we're actually, so here's a sneak preview. We're going to interview one of the big guys on that dark web and get an interview with him on one of our shows. It's
That's
going to be
sick.
great.
That's sick. I can't wait to listen to it, man. Your show is fucking highly entertaining, as I said earlier. Like,
Thanks.
the fact that, like, you guys have kind of, I don't know how to explain it, like, kind of like a straight man, like,
Yes.
kind of, dynamic going on where,
Yeah.
like, Ron is kind of like the status, like, kind of guy, like, pushing the mainstream line, and then you're just like the crypto anarchist motherfucker that's like, no, fuck you, you're wrong. Like, so, that shit is fucking hilarious. Like, I fucking love it, like, to be honest.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on my show, man. Like,
Yeah,
Anytime,
thanks for
man.
having us.
yeah. I would love to hang out with you guys in real life. Like, if you ever
Yeah,
come to Colombia, we're gonna barbecue at my house, and
absolutely.
we'll drink beers and smoke Colombian weed and shit.
You might be getting me there on that right there, the meat and the weed.
Yeah. Meat and weed, bro. That's what I got to offer. And mountain views and coffee. Good coffee.
Awesome.
Best coffee in the world.
Oh, yeah. I'm booking a flight now.
All right, cool. It's cheap
You see
too.
coffee and you got me over the top.
Yeah. Come out here. Like, I would love to hang out with you guys.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Take care, brothers.
Have a good one.
Bye. See you later. Bye.